Okay, so it's not the morning anymore, and it's directly after my workout, directly after, still haven't eaten. And it's interesting, where am I gonna put you? I'm gonna put you right here. So it's interesting. What I wanted to share with you today is I'm trying to make a difference I'm trying to explain how I think, because in understanding your mind, I think you're going to have the highest ROI, highest return on investment in understanding how your mind, how your energy works, and understanding that that fluctuates. So I've decided to film the video specifically, not in the morning. I observed the last 2 days, and when I was waking up, yes, I was having the water, yes, I had a little bit of I just had a bit of brain fog, and there was just a lot of noise in my head. So I was like, maybe my speaking isn't clear, but then I was worried I wouldn't have enough energy after working out. So this is me actively trying to move something that's already in my repertoire instead of 4 hours ago to 4 hours now. It's 9, I don't have a watch, 9:40 a.m. at the moment. So how I think about life is when I'm locked in, a slight change, a slight difference can make the world of a difference. So what happened today was I was out the door way faster, because what happened was I would usually start drinking my potassium, sodium, and non-stimulant creatine and beta-alanine, kind of pre-workout, but also not a lot, and a tiny bit of creatine. I would start drinking that. Then I would be like, okay, I need to get a bit of energy. Then I would start filming the YouTube video. But I felt that it was, it took me a while to get into the flow of thought because I've just woken up. Then after it, I would be like, all right. And then I would sort of dilly-dally for maybe 20 minutes, get ready, and then have to sort of G myself up again into the workout. Where today I was like up, had the pre-workout, and kind of was out the door way quicker. So that was good. And now I'm here, and I'm a little endorphined, I'm a little relaxed, but I've still got a bit of pep in my step and a bit of energy, and I've processed a lot of information over the last 3-4 hours of just thoughts, ideas, movements, and I'm feeling good. Today's different. Today's different. Yes, the X is still 100% in my mind every single second of every day. However, it's like my vision and where I'm going is large. And where I'm going is important for me. And as I'm going towards it, I have lots of people around me that are always sort of cheering me on, etc. And I would be doing them a disservice by focusing all my attention on the X. Don't get me wrong, my attention is still 100% there. It's not like it's gone. What I'm trying to illustrate is there's something within me that's I am just getting warmed up, and I don't want it to stop hurting. Where I was resisting the pain before, I want it to hurt. I want every day, every moment right now for me to really process the fact that I didn't have boundaries, that I let her in, that even though there were red flags, I played the savior, and I gave her all my attention instead of attention to me. I want it to hurt. I want it to process. And that's interesting because I think I've been resisting it slightly or wanting it to go away where I want it to hurt. And what I'm really getting is I think my speaking is becoming a lot clearer. I know what is right and I know what is wrong. I know what her mother does to her kids is wrong. I know that put in a court of law between 10 million people, and 99% of them would side with that what she's doing is really toxic, really damaging behavior and is killing her kids mentally, spiritually, and all the rest of it. And I now know that. And with that clarity, with that intensity, I can feel that and I can eloquently describe it. So what I'm stuck with now is like, there is always people to save. There's always people to save. Every time I walk past a homeless person, it's a lot for me to not like jump on my knees and be like, yo, tell me what's going on. And I reckon in 15 to 20 minutes, I can shake them up out of their rut. But I have to keep moving. So, but this is a person I'm in love with. I have love for all people, but I'm in love with. I just love. I'm in love with her pure heart, her soul, which has been so damaged and so repressed, and she's so intelligent, smart, and all of this, and she's running away, and I love that little soul. And I'm telling you, like, I have built the plan of how to save her. But I don't know if I should. But if I don't, does that mean I never loved her? I have the chance. I think that a lot of women, looking over my past female relationships, a lot of women get attracted to when I'm in this sort of energy, when I'm in this is right, this is wrong, because they're looking towards me as the person that can save them. By save them, I mean what's stuck for most of those women is deep insecurity, and somewhere they've been pushed down and made to feel less than, never to be self-expressed and free ever again. And I know who the perpetrators are, and I can actually speak to the perpetrator with love and cause a breakthrough in communication and actually have them burst into tears, cause them almost a traumatic experience, but then bond the family together and life-changing stuff. I know I have the skills. I've done it for years. What a lot of people don't know, right? And I was thinking about this on the treadmill today. So I'm a hypnotherapist, licensed hypnotherapist. Don't practice these days. But when I was practicing, I'm not just some average hypnotherapist. I am a permanent studier of the mind. We've got psychology, we've got all this stuff, but I was able to grow one of my partner's breast size a couple of sizes bigger over the month through pure hypnosis every second day. So I have actually seen and practiced, and I think there's only 2 or 3 accounts ever in the world of people being able to do this, of being able to, through your subconscious, make physical ailments grow or non-grow, right? So like, and this was measured. So for me, why I'm saying this is, I have the ability to break through that entire family trauma, set everybody where they need to be, like literally break apart their entire family trauma. It'll be horrific, it'll be emotional, there'll be tears, there'll be screaming, there'll be fighting, there'll be calls, there'll be domestics, but I can hold that space and break through that, because nobody inherently is evil. Nobody is bad. Everybody wants to just do the best. But a lot of people are doing the best from hurt and are hurting everybody around them. And some people are so hurt that even when you have a biological child, which you're instinctually meant to love, like you cannot hurt them, you're meant to always think of them above you, you're so hurt that you still think about yourself and you damage your kids. And that is horrific. Anyway, what I'm loving is that my voice is fucking coming back. My voice is coming back, and it's interesting. I had my voice before my partner. I had it. I had my voice, it was clear. And the access to my voice is living purely to my capabilities and what I know is correct and what I know is not correct. And any time that, like I said in yesterday's or a couple of videos ago, there was a person that was talking to me about business that was selling nicotine. And I was like, oh, I have this choice. do I say something or do I squash down? And I said something. I was able to stay on where I'm at. And most people, they won't say anything. They'll just be like, oh, don't worry, let the person go. No, you're just a coward. Or you can't eloquently describe your thoughts and your beliefs and why that person's beliefs are incorrect or should be different. And obviously, a lot of people don't have the confidence to be able to say that. I've been a permanent studier of the mind. I haven't had people around me for a very long time, specifically because I observe people. I also came most entertaining illusionist in Australia. So I have basically, for one of my performances, I have the ability to understand human psyche on a level which I believe is very, very limited in the entire world. So I have this inside of me, but it irritates me that people are living a shittier life than they can be. It irritates me. But with my partner, I love her. It breaks my heart, makes me have a panic attack. I want to save her. So anyway, that's kind of where it's at. I'm feeling not bad though. I'm feeling not bad. It's interesting, just interesting observing my feelings, really processing. I started reading a new book. We finished the Man, Woman, Female Venus. Great book, phenomenal, right? Fuck, I just fucked that up. You get it. I've spoken about it before, check it. Whenever I experience pain or whenever I experience something, I have to immediately be like, right, we're gonna try and solve it or we're gonna try and get more education. A lot of people, we try and solve it in our head, okay? A lot of people, my ex-partner, everybody, we solve it in our head. We think that we're smart. Guys, if you haven't solved it in like 2-3 minutes, you're not gonna solve it. You need more data. So with the data, we believe that I have this rejection sensitivity or that this spiked up. It may have been spiked up because she did me so wrong, or it may have spiked up because I genuinely have it. And there's an anxious like, I just want to support you, I want to save you, I want to do everything for you and don't look after my needs. So I've started reading a book around anxious attachment. Anxious attachment is called I'm Worried That People Will Leave Me. And because they're worried that they're going to leave me, I forget about my own needs and keep doing more for the partner until I lose myself. And then eventually I get upset and then I get unhappy with the partner where I was the one that lost myself. So that's me personally doing that in relationships. So as I'm reading Anxious Attachments, you have to understand this, right? I'm walking through, we have supermarkets, Aldi. I think Aldi's everywhere, right? I'm walking through Aldi and she's talking to me through it and we're going through an exercise of just reconnecting with like that you're safe, you're okay. And I was like, yeah, I'm safe, I'm okay, like I'm a fucking beast. And I start crying hysterically. So I've got sunglasses on, I'm roaming around with tears rolling down my face. And I realized I was like, I don't give a fuck, I'm going through some healing stuff. So I'm walking through, buying my proteins, buying my food, and crying hysterically while listening to this book. And in that moment, I realized like I've definitely turned over a chapter. I'm willing to confront every dark, every tiny little crevice of my entire psyche that's not perfectly free and just available. Because when we stand on a stadium and we say we made it, and we perform to a stadium and we raise the vibration of the world, I need to make sure that my vibes are pure. We have so many artists, we have so many people out there that are just taking their trauma and then releasing their trauma into art, into music, into things, and then other people with trauma connect with it and be like, yeah, you know those dark, like you've got darkness like a Travis Scott or a lot of your hip hop artists, they've got this like real dark energy. You can see they haven't solved it yet and they're attracting more darkness. And what happens is those traumatic people feel not alone now and then they feel connected to these people, but really they're still circling in fucking trash, like really broken and trashy people. So when I say trash, it's like, yeah, like your life and existence could be so much more. Like if you're living not a free life, you're living a trashy existence. So what I think all artists need to do, and most people won't do that because humans are self-serving, we're all worried about confronting this shit. Like no man is walking around being a beast and crying through supermarkets, healing their trauma while still getting the work done. Do you know what I mean? So they circle in this trauma and that makes them feel not alone, but it doesn't make them work on it. What truly makes you work on anything is to not have anyone. To not have anyone relate to it. You know, if somebody says, no, it's actually only you. Oh, but wait, there's more people. And what's happened right now is with social media, we have the access to everybody. And a lot of people on social media, traumatized. I started probably traumatized. When I started on social media 7 years ago, I started wanting validation because of anxious attachment. I was like, somebody love me, for sure. And maybe there's even still some trauma there right now, but most people are saying, yeah, this is the way to do it. And we get to feel connected, but we never grow. Instead, we find these little pockets of people that have the same fucked upness and aren't willing to work on it, and we sit there. One of my TikTok accounts got banned, right? Because what happened is I said McDonald's is unhealthy. And this woman, she's about 300 kilos, Catwoman or something. She just eats all day on live and has all the other fat people around her and says, eating's great, you live for life once, right? And she attracts everybody, this body positivity, like I don't care that the doctor, God will save me, you know, those sort of people. And I'm literally trying to create like bad, horrible, you're having a horrible existence. Didn't say anything to her specifically, it was somewhere else. It triggered her because the truth hurts. The truth hurts and people are unwilling to sit in that pain. They're unwilling to sit in that pain. And so she got all her horde to mass report and block my account, ban the account. So it was at that point that I realized that if I was really gonna make a huge impact, we're gonna need to build a big team. So firstly, I'm unshuttable down, but also music is a better way to lift the vibration because even her, she'll be like bopping around, just eating McDonald's, bopping around, and maybe I can lift her vibration by a couple of percent, you know? And that might be the change. Maybe another couple of percent, and that'll be the change. Maybe another couple of percent, you know? We wanna start a fucking movement. So, movement like that literally vibrates the planet at a higher level. So, it's a lot of a rant. It's a lot of a rant. I don't know. I don't know where I am. I don't know where I'm being, but here we are. Also, blister on my leg is forming, which I'm really, really scared about. So I'm gonna have to go to the chemist and be like, yo, I can't have a blister and sort this out, blah, 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 blah. So that's on the menu today. But otherwise we're all right. And this is me after, you know, after exercise. So very calm, very spiritual today, for the moment, not today. I don't write today, but for the moment. Guys, I hope you're doing well. I hope that was valuable. I'll see ya tomorrow.